Hi students, in this video class I want to discuss about the classification of matter. So these are just supporting classes guys. So you have to follow the regular classes, regular online classes, and these are just supporting classes for your online classes. Okay. So now in this video let us recollect the things what we have discussed in the morning class. So right guys, I have started the classification of matter. So guys, here before talking about the classification of matter, when you see this one, this matter you can define like this: anything that occupies space, and the next one has mass is known as a matter. Anything that occupies space and has mass is known as a matter. So we can take the number of examples for the matter. The things which are visible to us, they all are example. Myself, yourself, chalk piece, book, fan, and next one mobile, everything. These all are examples for the matter because they occupy space, and the next one they have mass. That's why they are known as matter. So if you consider the things like light, and next one heat and sound. So these are non-matters. These are non-matters because so they won't occupy any kind of space, and next one they don't have mass also. That's why these three are not examples for the matter. They are known as non-matters. They are simply forms of energies. Okay. So right guys, next one, classification of matter. So here you have two types of the classification. First one, physical classification of matter, and second one, chemical classification of matter. So in physical classification, matter is classified into 5 types. You know them: solid, liquid, gas, plasma, and next one, Bose-Einstein condensate. So thus in the matter in which if all the particles are closely packed, that is known as a solid matter. Next one, liquids. The matter in which molecules or particles or atoms are loosely packed, they are known as liquids. Here, the substances or the matter in which if there is a large gap among the molecules or particles is known as gaseous substance. Right guys? Example for the solids, we can take chalk. You can take the chalk, and you can take the iron, you can take the gold. These are examples for the solids. And next one, liquid. Liquid example, you can take water, and next you can take milk, and you can take water. Right? And examples for the gas, you can take nitrogen. You can take the nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, etc. These are examples for the gases. And the next one, I told you already, plasma means. Plasma is the fourth state of matter. So now here, in this the matter in which if electrons, and the next one ions, and next one atoms are present is known as a plasma state or fourth state of matter. So example for the fourth state of matter or plasma state of matter, you can take stars. You can take examples stars, and next you can take arcs, and next you can take flame. These all are examples. And next one, fifth state of matter, BEC, Bose-Einstein condensate. Right? So now the fifth state of matter exists at minus 273 degrees Celsius or 0 kelvins. So this temperature is known as absolute temperature. Right? So here, when a matter, maybe a solid, liquid, gas, whatever, when it is subjected to this temperature, or when you place the matter at this temperature, then all the molecules or all the atoms or all the particles present in the matter, so they combine together. Let me show here. They combine together. When you place a substance at this temperature, the particles present in that substance, they combine together at minus 273 degrees centigrade and are converted as a single particle. So this single particle is known as super cold atom. which is known as a supercooled atom. So here this fifth state of matter exists at this temperature only, minus 273 or 0 Kelvin. The temperature is known as absolute temperature. So guys, here this fourth state of matter is known as superheated matter and which is supercooled matter. Okay, these two are exist at very high temperature at very low temperature. So right. So next guys, we need to discuss about the properties of the solids, liquids, gases and their comparison. So before talking about the comparison, so right guys, the next one, the comparison of properties among solids, liquids and next one gases. So now here I have taken solid, liquid and gas. So first here I have taken shape of the solids fixed. For liquids that is not fixed. For gases also shape is not fixed. For liquids and gases their shapes change from one container to another container. Simply they occupy the shape of the container. That's why shape is not fixed for the liquids and gases. And next one guys, volume. So volume is fixed for solids and next one liquids. Okay. And next one for gases, volume is not fixed. So in case of gases guys, so there is a large gap between the particles of the gas. So then here when you compress them, due to the large gap, they get close together. As a result, here the volume is decreases. Okay. So for the same amount of the gas, volume decreases upon compression. So you can say that here volume of the gas is not fixed. But here the volume of solids and next one liquids that is fixed because we can't compress them. Okay. And here compressibility, solids are not compressible and liquids also almost non-compressible and gases they are highly compressible due to the large gap between them. And next one guys, kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is minimum in case of solids because in case of solids guys, molecules are closely packed like this. So there is a small extent for the movement of the particle, right? You know already kinetic energy means energy possessed by a body when it is in a motion. So now here very less chances are there for the movement of the particles. That's why the kinetic energy possessed by the particles of solid are very less. Now you can say that minimum. And what about the liquids? For liquids guys, there is a gap between the molecules. There is a small gap and they have some probability to move from their position like this. So there is a chance for more mobility. That's why here there is possible some amount of kinetic energy for the particles present in case of liquids. And next one, gases. So for gases guys, kinetic energy is very high because there is a large gap between the gaseous molecules. Large gap is there. Due to the more gap among themselves, so there is a more possibility for the movement of the particles. That's why they have more kinetic energy. And next, intermolecular force of attraction. Intermolecular force of attraction is very strong in solids because of close packing. Here particles are closely packed. That's why intermolecular force of attraction is very high. And next one, in case of liquids. In case of liquids guys, there is a gap between the molecules. As a result, the attraction between the particles decreases. And next one guys, gases. So in case of gases, intermolecular force of attraction is very weak. So now here there is a large gap. So as gap increases, the molecular force of attraction, the attraction between the particles decreases. So right, next one guys, intermolecular space. So in case of solids, there is no much more space. A very negligible space is present in case of solids among the molecules. And the next one guys, liquids. For liquids, the intermolecular space is intermediate. Okay, comparing to the solids, there is little bit space between the or among the molecules of the liquids. And the next one guys, gases. In case of gases, intermolecular space is very high. So here the space among the molecules very high. Next one, number of free surface areas. For a solid material, you have infinity number of the free surface areas. So for example, you can take the chalk, which is a solid. So now for this guys, in all the direction there is a free surface area. So you can say that it has infinite number or infinity number of the free surface areas. In case of liquids guys, in case of liquids, you take liquid in a container. So you take liquid in container. So now you see here there is only one free surface area. This is the free surface area. Only one free surface area is present, and in remaining sides guys, it was bounded. So for liquids only one free surface area is possible. In case of gases guys, so gases we can't store in the open container. We have to store them in the closed container only. So now from all the direction it was bounded. So here there is no free surface area for the gases. That's why here I have written 0. So these are the properties guys, and I have forgot to write one more thing, that is density. So density of the solids, liquids, and next one gases. So now you know guys, density equal to mass by volume. Solids occupies very small volume because of close packing. So now this is a solid. You consider the volume here. You consider the space and volume both are same. And guys, in case of liquids, you see there is more space is occupied by the molecules here or particles. In case of gases, there is a large gap. As a result, the space occupied by the volume occupied by the molecule very high. So from solids to gases, volume increases. So now from this equation you can say that if volume increases, then density decreases. So now solids contains small volume, density is more, and next liquids contains more volume comparing with solids. So their liquids contains small density or less density comparing with solids. And in case of gases guys, so they occupies more volume, more space comparing with liquids. So they contain less density. So the order you can write like this: solids contains more density than liquids. Liquids contains more density than gases. So now from this relation we can understand that one guys, right? And one thing is here. So generally for all the substances, this is the order. For example, when iron is present in the solid state, liquid state, and vapor state, this is the density order. But here there is one exceptional case, that is water. So at 4 degrees centigrade, water has maximum density comparing with the solid. So now at 4 degrees centigrade, water has more density than ice. It contains more density than ice. So now that's why guys, here always in water, when you place the ice cubes, they floats over the water. Ice cubes are float over the water. It means that they have less density than water, which is the normal thing or anomalous behavior of the water. The generally expected one is ice is the solid, so water is liquid, so it should contain more density than water. But at 4 degrees centigrade, water has more density than ice. Even though water is in liquid state, it has more density at 4 degrees centigrade. This is known as anomalous behavior of the water. So right guys, the next one, chemical classification of elements. So physical classification completed, right? And the comparison of the properties among the solids, liquids, and gas also completed. So next you see guys, the chemical classification of elements. So before talking about this chemical classification of elements, just have a look into the atom and next one molecule. What is an atom and what is a molecule? So right guys, so now I am trying to give a brief explanation regarding this one. So now atom is the smallest particle and which is a building block of the matter. So right guys, atom is the smallest particle and which is a building block of matter. And the next one, molecule. Molecule is a group of atoms. In that group, atoms are chemically combined together. So right guys. And next one, molecules are two types, homoatomic molecules and heteroatomic molecules. So in a given molecule, if you have same type of atoms, that is homoatomic molecule. These are examples of the homoatomic molecules. And heteroatomic molecules. In a given molecule guys, if you have different types of atoms, if different types of atoms are combined in the molecule, that is known as heteroatomic molecules. So these all are examples for the heteroatomic molecules, CO2, SO2, CH4 and etc. These are the homoatomic molecules made up of same atoms. These are the heteroatomic molecules made up of different types of the atoms. Okay, so now let us discuss the chemical classification. In chemical classification guys, matter is classified into two types, pure matter and next one impure matter. Okay, so first let us discuss pure matter and next one impure matter. So pure matter means guys, the matter with the same type of, or matter which contains same type of particles. Same type of particles is known as pure matter. So pure matter means matter with same type of particle. So particle means guys, here it may be an atom or molecule. It may be homoatomic molecule or heteroatomic molecule, whatever. Okay, so pure substance means, or pure matter means the matter which is composed by same type of the same kind of the particles is known as a pure matter. And next one impure matter. So next one, this one, impure matter. So impure matter means that is opposite to the pure one. Impure matter means, so the matter which is made up of different types of the particles, the matter which is made up of different types of particles is known as impure matter. So this is made up of different types of the particles. If matter is made up of same type, that is pure. If matter is made up of different types of the particles, that is known as impure matter. Example for the pure matter and next one impure matter. So examples guys, you can take here, graphite is pure, graphite, and the next one diamond, and the next one you can take distilled water, you can take distilled water or rain water, and you can take 24 karat gold. 24 karat gold also you can consider as a pure substance. So in graphite and diamond you have only carbon atoms. But even though they contain same atoms, carbon atoms, they are different. They are two different forms. The difference is due to the difference in the bonding of carbons present in the graphite and as well as in diamond also. So that is another topic we will discuss in further classes. And 24 karat gold also contains guys same type of atoms, same type of gold atoms. Au atoms are present in 24 karat gold. In case of graphite and diamond, we have same types of the carbon atoms. These are examples for the pure one. And you can take distilled water also. In distilled water, guys, you have only H2O molecules. Okay. And next one, impure matter. Examples for the impure matter, you can take drinking water. So drinking water. Drinking water is example for the impure matter. So because in drinking water guys, you have water molecules and some minerals also present. Drinking water contains water molecules and minerals like potassium plus and next one sodium plus and calcium plus 2 etc. So now you see guys, these are different types, they are not same. That's why our drinking water is example for the impure matter. And you can take milk. Milk is also example for the impure matter. So milk contains water, and the next one guys, it contains proteins, it contains vitamins and other biological ingredients also present in the milk. So that is mixture of different types of the particles. That's why milk is also example for the impure matter. So right. So pure and impure completed guys, and this pure matter again classified into elements, compounds, and the next one impure matter is classified into homogeneous and the next one heterogeneous substances. So now which pure matter is known as element? which pure matter is known as a compound? So the pure matter which is made up of same type of atoms, are homoatomic molecules. Homoatomic molecules is known as a element. The pure substance which is made up of same type of atoms or homoatomic molecules is known as an element. Example guys, you can take the graphite. Graphite contains only carbon atoms. So now according to the definition, this one has same type of the atoms, carbon atoms. So graphite is example for the element. And next guys, you can take oxygen gas. If you take the oxygen gas, in oxygen gas you have O2 molecules. So now you have same type of homoatomic molecules. This is also element, which is oxygen element and which is the carbon element. And you can take the 24 karat gold. So if you take the 24 karat gold, in 24 karat gold guys, you have only Au atoms. Right? This is about the element. And next one comes to the compounds. So here compound is also a pure substance which is made up of same type of heteroatomic molecules. Compound is made up of same type of heteroatomic molecules. Example, you can take rainwater or distilled water. So in case of distilled water guys, you have only same type of molecules, same type of heteroatomic molecules. H2O is the heteroatomic molecule and all are same here. So here you can say that which is example for the compound. Compound is a pure substance and which is made up of same type of heteroatomic compounds. Or you can say like this also guys. So the pure substance which is formed due to the chemical combination of two or more different elements in a fixed proportion by their mass is known as a compound. So regarding that, the definition what I have given out, this one we can clearly get in laws of chemical combination. So don't worry. So now here I am giving you the overall conclusion regarding the compound. Compound is a pure matter made up of same type of heteroatomic molecule. Example, you can take rainwater or distilled water. And next you can take gas carbon dioxide also. So carbon dioxide also example for the compound. So because in carbon dioxide guys, you have same type of heteroatomic molecules. They are CO2 molecules. Right?